Hi, my name is Richard Lister, and I'm the author of Runes Made Easy from Hay House, available wherever books are available. And I'd like to talk to you, please, about energy protection. The ancient Vikings had a shield wall, and I want to share with you how you create your own personal runic protection energetic shield wall using millennia old runic magic. Odin said in the Havamal, "Never walk away from home ahead of your axe and sword. You can't feel a battle in your bones or foresee a fight." And while you don't really need axes and swords nowadays, I'm going to help you develop your own energetic shield wall to keep you energetically and psychically safe as you adventure out into the world. I don't know about you, but when I enter a space that feels uncomfortable and toxic, then I tend to feel drained quite quickly in that situation. And this happens a lot, especially in my previous job in nursing and healthcare, that when you have a conversation with someone, you feel drained and depleted afterwards. This is because your energy isn't being protected, your personal power source. And I'm going to help you today to develop some runic skills to help you manage that energy depletion, to stop it happening and to push back against people who are drawn to high energy human beings such as yourself and myself. And if you're looking for a love and light, this is a hugging practice of energy protection. This isn't it. The runes are blunt, they're straightforward. You could even say they're brutal because they don't really care. They're used in certain ways and they respond in certain ways. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use the runes to keep our energy protected. And this applies to family groups as well. If you're going somewhere where you want to keep your family protected, you can use the same runes exactly the same ways. Because runes and this ancient Nordic energy is all about clan. It's all about family. It's all about tribe. And by using these runes, it helps you to keep yourself and your energy safe. It helps your family to keep their energy safe. And when your energy is safe, it helps your neurology and your body feel safe. And when you can act from a place of power. I've noticed that as I adventure through life, that when I encounter people who are less than giving with their energy, who suck maybe. And unfortunately, it's a sign of the times. We've got lots of people who are suffering with stress disorders, anxiety, trauma, patterning, and all this sort of stuff. And the ways that our bodies and minds cope with this is by sucking others' energy. This is an entirely natural human thing to do because we seek the safety around us. And when you're high vibing, when your energy is on, when your auric field is powerful, people are drawn to you because they want some of what you've got. This is natural and human. There's no blame here. This is just natural, like nature stuff. However, I need to keep my energy safe for me because I've got some awesome stuff to do in the world. And because you're watching this, I assume you do too. So we're going to look at some of the tools we can use for this. In the workbook that you've downloaded with this, I hope, there are 4 runes to use. And each rune helps you discover the power you can access within yourself to let the energy flow in the way you need it to flow. So this is what I would like you to do right now. We're going to look at a couple of ways to help you bring that energy protection, this runic energy shield wall to your life and your world. And we start with the most simple human process that we all do like 16 to 20 times a minute. Breath. Breath is the best way to control your energy. And we do this by inhaling in through your nose and then out through your mouth. I know I'm just taught you to breathe, but we start somewhere so we're consciously doing it. By consciously starting with our breath, we can then practice changing our breath to suit the needs of what we're doing right now. So when we're building our shield wall, our energy shield wall, our runic energetic shield wall, we need to make sure our breath is under control. Because if you're doing something that's stressful, if you're doing something that's challenging you, if you're interacting with someone who's sucking the very life out of your soul, then we need to control our breathing, because when we get activated, our breath gets short and shallow. So to start with, we're going to start with making our breath slow and deep, and that's breathing into your tummy. Breathing right down, using all of this big space in the top of your chest to fill your lungs up with air. In through your nose, inhaling, pushing your tummy out like you're having a cheese baby. Keep inhaling. And then out. Squish it all out. And again. Last one. Let your breathing return to normal. It's quite hard when you're thinking about it, but have a go. And as you're doing that, we're going to look at some of the runes. The first rune is Algiz. Algiz is a great protection rune. It looks like this, and I use it by putting it on things, items of clothing, belts usually, because I like working with leather, that I wear all the time to keep me safe. Algiz is the boundaries rune. It's the fence, it's the castle walls. It's also adaptation and technology, but right now we're focusing on this aspect. It's the, if you can look at the rune, it's got the spiky bits at the top. And this rune is the rune that's going to be used as a almost passive protection. It's the wall in front of you. It's the shield held up to defend you. And this rune is the rune that we're going to use to put on ourself all the time. So for me, I have it written on my belt, on the inside of my belt. I've actually scratched it in because I used Sharpie. It came off on my clothes, and that was a whole bleaching incident. But so yeah, be careful. Don't stain your clothes with a pen. And this rune is a deterrent that pushes energy away from you. It's sharp, it's pointy, it's a line in the sand. It's a very clear, almost bubble. I'm going to use the word shield wall because I like the Viking shield wall. It's that board in front of you to keep you safe. It's an extra little gap between you and the world of energy. And the best thing about a shield wall is it can break and open whenever you want it to. So you hold the line, and then when you're ready, you can relax it. And that's what the breath does. It brings you into focus with your Algiz rune that brings that energy up and through you to use as your shield wall. This is great when you're going somewhere with full of lots of chaotic energy like the subway or the metro. Or if you're going into a school environment with loads of kid energy. Or if you're going into a soccer game or a football game, or when all that energy's up and you don't really need that in your universe, this is a great way of protecting against that. Certainly a breath. And bring that energy from your runes. Bring it up and through you. So that's the first rune, Algiz. It's protection and strong boundaries. My next rune is Kenaz. Kenaz taps into a really primal part of our human experience. And that's the bit of us that wants to see what's going on around us. Because we're mammals, we're evolved from monkeys, and we are designed to see what's going on around us to keep us safe. And you'll notice that if something weird happens, everyone turns to look at it straight away. Like there's a big bang, or someone drops a load of glasses in a pub, or if you drive past a car crash, it's human nature to have a look at it. So Kenaz shines light in the darkness. It's a rune of light. It's a rune of the torch. It's a rune of seeing what's in the dark. And this rune is great if you're going into the unknown. I draw it on my hand before I go into spaces that I don't know what I'm expecting, especially things like conventions and big open spaces where there's lots of things going on. And it helps my internal me calm down and relax. So Kenaz is a great rune to see what's going on. and I use it energetically by tracing it on my palm, because these are direct links into your energetic system, your prana, your ond, your energy, for want of a better word. So the palm of your hand has got a link straight down your forearm into your body. And by drawing the rune on your palm, it helps your whole being be aware of what's going on around you. This isn't a stress aware, this is a conscious aware. This is you bringing your unconscious panic, unconscious stress into the forefront and acting on it, so you're consciously being aware of what's going on, so you can spot the real or imagined threat that our brains tell us. Especially if you experience a bit of anxiety in your world, consciously looking for what's going on is much better than unconsciously. So if you go into the room, you look around, you see where the exits are, you see where this bloke who's been hassling you in the queue is, you know where the safe space are, you know where your friends are, you know where the water is. All of these things can be aided with Kenaz and consciously flowing that energy of protection, of awareness, of the lookout, of the sentry through your body, so you can see what's going on, and especially when you're going into the unknown, because this rune helps you shed light into that unknown. Next, we're going on to Thurzaz. This is one of my favourite runes. It's Thor's rune. Thor, like the god of thunder, with lightning and big red beard, and he's a big chunky human being, a bit like me, except he's actually got big muscles, not terribly like me right now. So Thurzaz is the rune of piercing, of protection as an active protection. It's the good offense. Good defense is a good offense. And it's the spiky rune. It's the going focused in on what's going on and going out and getting it. So Thurzaz, if you're using it in your protection, will go out and pop other people's energy away from you, because you will be literally too spiky to come close to. This is great if you just want to be left alone on the tube or on the subway or metro. It's also great if you're in a space where you just want to go through and not be bothered. So if you're walking through a pub or a club and just want to put your energy out there, that no one comes anywhere near you, so you don't drop your drinks or whatever. Unrestrained Thurzaz is a little bit unpredictable, because it will go and smack everyone with its hammer. So make sure you have limits on this Thurzaz energy, because you want the nice human beings to come and speak to you. You want the person to help you with the thing. You want the beautiful person to come and chat you up. You want your partner to come and talk to you. You want the kids or the dog to come and play with you. So don't be too aggressive with Thurzaz, because it is quite a less than subtle energy. Thurzaz cannot be described as subtle in any way. So be really aware of where this energy flows when you want to use it. And this is to keep your energetic boundaries sharp, like a thorn sharp. You know, when you walk through brambles or blackthorn or briarthorn and you get all scratched up, this is what this rune does to your energy field. It makes it so it's really uncomfortable to go through. So I use this again. I trace it on my hand. Bring that energy into my body. It doesn't matter which way you trace it, because the runes work both directions. It's called Bellerophon. We don't need to worry about that now. But as long as it's traced either way on your hand, it'll work. You can trace it on your tummy if your tummy feels delicate, especially if you're pregnant. Putting that protection rune over your tummy for that, it'll keep people from coming on and going, "Oh, can't touch the baby," all that sort of stuff. And yeah, trace it on your body where you need it. You can even draw it on things with a pen or makeup or whatever it is works best for you to keep people at a distance. And keep people's energy at a distance, which is more important. The last rune for these 4 runes is Manaz. Manaz is the human spirit. And this rune is not necessarily defense like the other 3. This rune is all about trusting your own power. Because we're using runic energy in all of this, we're sucking energy from the cosmos, from the divine, from Yggdrasil, the world tree. So we're not using our own powers here to do this. This is drawing on something greater than us, which is great. We are also, in our own right, uber powerful. We're epic human beings, because we've done so much stuff and evolved so well and so powerfully that we have access to so much magic and power. And Manaz is that human spirit, is that spirit of being able to adapt and overcome, to be able to conquer, to be able to achieve victory despite all the odds, to be the pinnacle of evolution, the apex predator to end all apex predators, quite literally. This is the power of being a human in this world. And when we can trust and drop into that power and know that you are the most powerful you can ever be, this is either, which is good, a repulsive energy for people who are sucking, people who are coming from malintent. It pushes them away because you're just too much. And people who want and need your energy in a respectful way are attracted to you, because you are setting yourself up as the leader with this Manaz energy flowing through you like 20,000 volts. And again, Manaz is great because it's a human rune, and I draw it in the air in front of me like a shield, because it pushes all away from me as I work through my world, as I work through my day. And it helps me tap into the innate power that is me. So those are my 4 runes. There's lots of other ways you can adapt them and use them for you and play, because runes are supposed to be used. They're very communal, they're very family, they're very designed to be used for you by you. So use them, play with them, and know that the intent is as important as the actual rune as well. So use what you know and use what I've just taught you. Also, buy my book. It's got loads of cool stuff in it to help you learn about the runes and how to use them to divine, how to use them for magic and staves and cedar, and how to create a spiritual, energetic practice of excellence to achieve your victory in the world. You can come find me. You found me on my website, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. Richardlister.com. I'm at RichListerUK on social media. I'm most active on Instagram, so I haven't quite worked out TikTok yet. And come join me on my Patreon, my membership group. It's at the top of my website under members, where I share insights and guidance every week, as well as the rune of the day in its unedited form. And go forth now, protect yourself with your runic energetic shield wall. Draw on that ancient power and know that it's yours by right. Thank you.